how to screw yourself from the beginning. So basically what this video is going to be about is how some people start learning a language and then from the beginning, they kind of put themselves off on the wrong foot. So basically, how does one screw thyself? I know the pain of starting a new language. I've done it several times myself. I taught myself Italian a few years ago and I'm currently working on other languages now. The problem most people run into that I've seen is that they don't actually know how to go about it. So if you think about, visualize all of the problems you have with language learning, such as, motivation. The list is endless and of course it's unique to the person. A lot of that does boil down into not knowing what you're doing and not knowing where you're going. If you knew the actual, if you'd already learned a language and you knew the order of things you needed to teach yourself, you wouldn't have this problem. So most people rush into learning random things. You've probably done it. They learn how to say hello and goodbye, they learn numbers, they learn colours, and then they basically give up because they don't see progress. They're just learning random types of words and they just don't know how to actually learn the language and become proficient in it. So what I'm going to teach you is what will actually give you progress, and progress, of course, is motivation fuel. If you look back and you see that you've made progress, that's the ultimate motivation because you want to keep going, you'll want to see more progress. It's addictive, and that's a good thing when you're doing something productive, like learning a language. And if you want to see progress, you must stick to a structure. So a structure is basically like your game plan for learning the language. So it can take various forms, but it's essentially the order of things you're going to learn. So you can break the language down into various topics and you just learn them in order. Once you've learned all of them, you got to the end, you know the whole language because you've covered all of the content in the language. Obviously, there's always going to be more words. There's hundreds of thousands of words in English. You have to just learn them all through conversation and talking, and you don't need to know them all because you don't know them all in English anyway. But all you need to do is select your strategy. So there's a few different ones. I'll go over it, and you proceed with learning the language, and that is the efficient way to do it, rather than going in and just learning like colors, greetings, numbers, all those things. Obviously, when you're starting off, it's okay to make mistakes, but I'm just telling you this so you don't waste time and get angry, basically, because your language learning is not going anywhere. So yeah, don't start memorizing random vocab. You should, obviously, you need to learn vocab through reading stuff, and it's okay to memorize scripts, but if that's all you do and you start doing that, you're going to get bogged down because you just, a bunch of random words. That's kind of cool. But other than that, so yeah, you should find a method you'd like to follow. I'll probably do a video just on structures, another time, but you can just look them up. The best place to start, in my opinion, is with subject pronouns, which are basically substitutes for nouns. So like I, you, he, she, we, you, they. That's a really good place to start because it familiarizes yourself with verb conjugation from that. It's a bit technical, so I'm not going to go into that, but that is a really good cornerstone to start. And yeah, I'll have a video up on that. I'm probably going to do a whole guide to actually learning languages. So yeah, all you need to remember is without a plan, you'll basically be screwed. So you do need to make some kind of plan. Watch a few videos on how experts learn languages and the actual kind of way they go into it. Obviously, for your first language, you're going to make mistakes regardless of whether you have a plan or not, and you're going to continue making them. So just know that you will eventually get through it, and everyone has been in the position you're on now. And yeah, it's just something you need to work your way through. But thank you.